Man, I've heard one little bit of bullshit too much, man. I can't fucking take it anymore. Sorry about the F word. I won't use it again. I've talked over and over again about an NFED, the benefits, and especially with a multi-tap on it. Man, I can't take this crap I hear on the air. I can't take it anymore, man. What am I supposed to do when I hear? Oh, band antennas that demand the use of a tuner. Yeah, demand the use of a tuner, man. That's a lie. That's a bald-faced lie. Look it, man. Look at this. Hang on. Oh boy. I heard Blitzy crying, and that helped calm me down. He gets a little worried when Daddy gets worked up. But I get worked up, man. A good for nothing all band antenna? Really? I told you guys I'm not into pretty antennas. I don't want no pretty antenna, man. I've mentioned before I got a loop. Why? Because of 80 meters. It's a broad band. If any band, no, guys, I'm sorry about the furnace. Hang on. I pause. Okay, man, I told you I don't like pretty antennas. I told you I like tinkering around. I told you I don't mind having a loop of antenna of end-fed wire at the termination point at my multi-tap button. Right now, it's connected directly. No loop of wire. Why? I show you. You know, man, I just get so freaking frustrated when I hear these hams on the air disparaging NFEDs and just telling lies about them. They're telling lies and untruths, and they're speaking of ignorance. Look at this, man. 80 meters is the hardest band, the most challenging band, and I'm whistling because I'm pissed. For any antenna, right? Well, boys, does this require a tuner? Like the old man on the air today said? Well, I don't know. I guess if you demand an SWR of less than 1.37 to 1.41, 1.3 or 4 to 1, you need a tuner for that? If so, you need something else. You need help for your head. Look. 3,800. Look. SWR 1.37 to 1, 1.4 to 1. Look. Check this out, man. Look at that curve. Now keep in mind, thank you for the nano, man. Keep in mind, that's without the added loop. So we're tuned to the higher end of the band. You know what I mean? You wanna if you want to work the very top of the phone portion or the very bottom of the phone portion, say in the advanced class, just add a little wire to the end and you'll slide the resonant frequency down, leaving the match unchanged. You want to see what. And guys, I'm on the 81 to 1 tap right now. You want me to reach around, give you a reach around by blows with it? You're getting a reach around by blows with the fucking clown. I'll change to the 64 to 1, 64 to 1 tap, and you can watch what happens to the curve, okay? I guarantee you the SWR will go up, and I guarantee you the resonant frequency will change very little. Watch. Whoops, come back here. There you go. I pause you. I think I bumped you. I'm sorry. Blozo apologizes. I'm gonna connect my loop. Hang on. And there you go. You into the CWs. 3525 SWR 1.2 to 1. No tuner needed. Where do you need a tuner for this NFED? Where do you need the tuner, man? Yeah, You an extra class ham? You reject the land above 3,800? You want to operate just above 3,600? Add some water to this loop. Or take some away. You know what I mean? Dang, man. You want to operate the advanced portion of 80 meters? You ain't got a tuner? There you go, man. The beginning of the advanced portion of the phone segment of 80 meters. Frequency 3,600. Standing wave ratio 1.25 to 1.35 to 1. Where's the need for the tuner? Where? Unless the old man is too lazy or too stupid to be able to get a resonant antenna going, and he just relies on the inefficiency and low Q of his rig's internal tuner. But I digress. You don't want to work 80 meters. It's not your cup of tea. You'd rather do 40 phone. There you go. Let's see, tap number this is the 49 to 1 tap. 49 to 1 tap. 7213 kilohertz. Standing wave ratio 1.06 to 1. Where's the need for the tuner? You want to work the top end of 40 meters? Great. Take a couple few inches out of that wire. Fold it back on itself. Tie one of those clip leads into a loose knot and reconnect. It's not rocket science. 40 phone is nonsense to you. You're a CW op. You know where I'm going with this. Man, not into the phone nonsense on 40, nor do you do CW, but you really rather play with FT8 on 40 meters. I think you're a little bit misguided, but to each his own. Live and let live. Enjoy your hobby. That's my best advice. Oh, you need an antenna? How about an end-fed half wave made for 80 meters? Tap number 49 to 1. Tap ratio 49 to 1. You know what I mean? Adjusted a clip lead here or there as needed. You know what I mean? SWR 1.03 to 1. A multi-band pour performing something that always necessitates a tuner. Yeah, you bitter old bastard. Shut up, man. You're filling people with lies. I could show you 20 meters on this end fed with a multi-tap on, but I'm not going to do that. I've done so in the past, man. You know what I mean? This shit's bothering me, man. I was going to show you the Michigan cacti plots because it was laying in the side yard for a whole year, man. It started being consumed by the soil and the grass, so I peeled it out of the grass and I resurrected it, and I was going to show you the SWR plots. I think this video is run long enough. If there's any interest, I'll show you guys. You know what I mean? And damn, my best advice to you guys, you want to sit back and just copy the mail? You just want to sit back and chill, do your thing, listen to some chatter on the bands? My best advice to you is avoid the loud signals. Why? Because hams with loud signals, my best advice, the loud signals, they talk and talk and talk. Now those hams, they don't listen to you when it's your turn to key up. They don't hear a word you say, man. They're in their own. It's not about you. It's about them. They talk and they talk. Avoid the loud signals, guys. And you know what, man? While we're talking about nets, what is up with you frickin' remote freaks? You guys are beyond freakish, man. Not that too any good subs here are remote freaks, but you might be. What's up with you, man? I heard a net It was on 80 meters last week. Every single ham on the net was operating a remote. It was a remote net. It was a remote. If you were receiving on a local receiver, meaning in your shack, you weren't wanted and you weren't welcome. That wasn't the thing of the net. The net's thing was to have them a nice rectu, a nice round table QSO, the boys, whilst as the round table, as it went round and round the table, the whole group would keep switching remotes to obtain best copy. That was the sole purpose of the net. Two reasons: bullshit with the boys and go remote hunting. Not a single goddamn one of them was operating a ham radio, in my opinion. You know what I mean? God, come on, man. Hang on. I'm starting to feel better. Let's see. End-fed halfway rant. Yeah, did it. Guys, you gotta understand, man. What am I supposed to do? I'm gonna talk my normal voice now because I'm being very serious now. What am I supposed to do when I read the nonsense on eHam? Am I supposed to, in the forum section, right? Am I supposed to try to toss my own opinion or experience out? But if I do, I've got to, you know, Uncle Blozo's got to include a hyperlink here, there, right? I got to, man. Do I? I have. It's rare. I didn't last week when I read this imbecilic responses, these ignorant responses to a question posed. And do understand by ignorant, I mean not knowing. I'm the most ignorant ham you've ever met. There's so much I don't know. And, oh no. Yeah. Come on, phone. Remote net. That's why I didn't include the letter S. When I jotted that down, nope, it was a remote net. Loud signals, yep, avoid them. Cacti plots, mentioned them, yep. Stuff below about Marconi and Samuel Fine Business Moore's subject of a previous video. Serial number question by Dr. Jimmy. Signal to noise ratio question by Dr. Jimmy. Right. I've noticed something. I wanted to talk about this, and I'm sorry for the long video. It'll probably never be possible to edit it. I wanted to talk about this real quick, though. I've wondered this in the past, Dr. Jimmy. You would think conventional wisdom says that any RF amp turned on will worsen your signal to noise ratio, and it should. You can't add a stage of amplification without adding additional noise. To do so would be a feat of magic. You know? And despite the wonders that the internet seems to offer hams these days, it's not magic. It's destroying your hobby whether you need it or not. I'm sorry, man. You didn't deserve all that. Well, maybe you did. I'm sorry. That you did not deserve. Conventional wisdom says any RF amplification stage you add in the chain will add noise. It cannot be avoided. Yet, on my Yaesu, I've noticed that's not the case. No, On my Yaesu, it seems like you have to hit a certain signal threshold before the rig does its magic with it. You know? Yep. I've heard it many, many times, man. With the IPO. And by the way, Yaesu, come on, man. Really? Why play this game? Why must we have this dance, Yaesu? You, O ye engineers of Yaesu. I do wish you a mata ahimede, but come on, man. Don't call it an IPO. Let's not call it what it does to your intercept point performance. Let's call it what it is. Amp 1, amp 2, off. Pre 1, pre 2, off. It's a preamp. It's an RF amp. Yaesu. Oh, sorry, Dr. Jimmy. It does seem like you have to hit a certain signal level threshold before the rig does its magic. I swear to God, I've heard it again and again and again. Now, if you don't like the level of amplification afforded you by amp 1, you can always turn down the RF gain, which conventional wisdom says you should do anyway. Run up the volume and then ride the RF gain control. Again, on this Yaesu, that does not seem to produce the best signal to noise ratio, and I don't know why. I need to look at the architecture because I'm ignorant of it. I need to see how they're doing things. I've mentioned this before, but I'm just lazy, man. No other excuse. And thus my doodlage on the left. Oh, I understand the architecture of an analog system. You're looking at part of the block diagram of one of my designs with full QSK solid state TR switching. I understand this architecture. You know, in a system such as this, Dr. Jimmy, an analog system such as this, yeah, boy, you don't want to add any RF amplification before the first mixer, unless you absolutely have to. Typically on the higher bands, 15, 10 meters, maybe, 6 meters, maybe, and probably not even there. Well, probably there. But in a design like this, oh, I guarantee you every stage of RF amplification you add will decrease the signal to noise ratio. If you can possibly copy the old man without adding an RF amp, do so. That's been my experience, Dr. Jimmy. Do I love Kazakhstan? Not particularly. I care about the people there. I care about all the people on our. Come on, phone. I gotta stop that. Poor dear Blitzy's gone quiet. He's cowering. You don't like it when Daddy gets worked up. Believe it or not, I've tried my best to mute my angst for fear of losing subs. And I say that jokingly. I don't fear that. I've tried to tone things down because of Blitzy. I hope you're well. I hope somebody'd like to talk about super hat design. I'm ready. It'll just be a babble series. It won't be linear from beginning to end, front end speaker. No, it'll just be a chat with Uncle Blizzle. I hope you're well. I'll talk to you later, guys. I hope you'll consider an end fed. I hope you'll ignore the fucking nonsense that you read and hear. I hope you'd be willing to play a little bit with your antenna. Here come the hopes. I hope you're an experimenter at heart. I hope you'll be willing to say no to the pretty antenna and give a try to one that works. I'll talk to you soon, guys. I'll be back. I think my very next video will be with this. The first look at my Heathkit HW16. The first commercial ham radio I ever used in my ham radio life. Take care. Talk to you later. Bye now.